And there we go. We're off.
Great.
Hello, Ron.
Hello.
Hi, Sumner.
Hey, Frank.
Hi, Sidra.
Hello.
Hi, Judith.
Hello, Frank.
So nice to see you all again. Sidra, I have to apologize. You did all that work for me, and I still haven't gotten a newsletter out. But
No big deal.
eventually, I've been kind of busy.
Really?
But I'm back home.
The obligatory, how's the weather?
It's quite cool today. 64 degrees here in San Francisco
Wow.
and clear. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow, though, but that'll be fine. We need rain.
Yes, we do too. We've been doing better.
Hello, Walter.
Hello, good afternoon.
We
Oh, look
don't
at
see
this.
you. We hear you.
No, I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Come on. There we go.
There you go. Welcome.
I spent the last 6 hours at a safety driving test thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
did
Well,
you
in New
pass?
York, if you do it every 3 years, you get 10% off of your insurance.
Oh, I see.
Nice.
Oh, that's worth it. Yeah,
Yeah, so
good for you.
it's
Hello,
boring.
Mary.
Life insurance goes up because you might be bored to death.
Right, exactly.
Mary, you need to turn on your audio so we can hear you. Can you find the mute button and click it?
So me and Ron were talking about steaking earlier.
Oh, okay.
I
What were you
think,
saying?
I think this sweater, because I finished the body again, second, say, finished the body again.
Nice.
Yeah, because, so this one is 8 days that took. I'm like, okay.
8 days. Hold it up again now that I've spotlighted you. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I did some great shaping on it. So something interesting that I tried is I did a slip stitch side seam. You
Uh-huh.
can barely see it,
Oh, yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
think it'll have it hold its shape. And I did some body shaping, so it's a little bit not so belly,
Uh-huh.
fell out, so it comes down. And I think it'll just make the best sweatshirt.
Oh,
I
terrific.
think I'm gonna just sew a zipper in and put a hood on it.
Mhm.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I like that.
Hello, Mary. It looks like we can hear you now.
Well, but I can't see you.
Oh, now you have to find the video button and click it.
Right, I'm searching. As I said, it's been so long that I've forgotten what to do.
The video button is right next to the speaker, the mute button.
Yeah, but I don't see that. I
Oh,
lost it when I was trying to do something else.
I
Just
see.
go ahead and I'll listen.
Well, I wanted to welcome you back. It's been a while since we've seen you.
A long while.
It has
Mhm.
been. How have you been?
I've been okay, just been lazy, hadn't been doing any knitting. You know.
Well, you're always welcome here, Mary. You helped launch
Thank
this
you,
group.
thank you. I have been watching Facebook and seeing Cindy's sweaters.
Oh, I
Can you
don't
hear
think I
me?
saw it on Facebook.
Let's
Know
see.
where Cindy is. She's usually here by now.
Yeah,
Anybody know?
Didn't she say something
No.
last week that she wasn't gonna be here?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, she was going somewhere.
Yeah, she had an anniversary, her and her husband.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Mhm. Mhm.
well.
Oh, I finished my socks
Oh, yay, fun.
and I'll spotlight myself.
Oh, there
There.
you are.
Oops. And here they are.
Oh, how nice.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep, that's a very similar thing that I do to mine. I do a 2x2 on the top of the foot and the
There
leg,
you are.
and they don't slouch down so much.
Yeah. I was following that pattern in the book you suggested.
Yeah, well, that's probably why I do it that way.
Yeah, and yeah, I like it because you don't have a real fitting problem. It's like it'll stretch to any width of your foot. So I like
Yeah,
it.
it's got a nice negative ease.
Yes.
Yeah.
Though I have to say, I did not love the 2-needle method that the book was guiding me through. And the reason I don't love it is because of the tension problem at the join, which people also have with Magic Loop, except that I have found a way to solve the problem in Magic Loop, and it doesn't work with 2 needles.
Oh. Because, yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have that tension problem with Magic Loop either.
Yeah, it's, just the first stitch after the gap, you're pulling against the cable. So you have to estimate what is the proper tension. And a lot of people do have trouble with that. And
If you leave your back needle in,
uh-huh.
and then as you pull it and then take, like, so snug it,
Yeah.
and I put it on the cord, and I guess I'm just not, I don't pull it really hard, I guess.
You have to kind of hold it in place and not let it
Yeah.
move. And that is a solution to it, yes.
Yeah.
But what I have a video that has become my most popular video. I've mentioned it.
I have seen it. I like that video.
I
So
do too.
that technique of moving the gap 4 stitches just
Yes.
works like magic, because then every stitch is exactly the same kind of stitch. It just, the gap moves. And so you have to use a marker to mark the end of round. And that seems to have confused some people who've written several times and said, what happened to the beginning of round? I don't know where it is because I moved the stitches. I go,
Yeah, don't move
well,
the
don't
marker.
use the gap as your marker. Put a marker on and then you've got
There
a
you go.
marker.
Right.
So,
That's funny. I would have never thought that, because I did that method on your shoulder in the round. I am doing your sweater Magic Loop, and I'm not a fan of Magic Loop, but I'm doing it Magic Loop.
well, if you do it Magic Loop, at least try the technique that I teach in my video that is called
Oh, I do it.
Improved Magic Loop. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I do it. I do like it.
Can you see me now, Frank?
No,
No.
No.
you still don't have your video on, Mary.
Okay, well, I thought I did. I'll just listen.
No, we can talk. You can talk. We hear you.
You just can't see me,
We
huh?
just can't see you. So
Well, that may be okay too.
No, stop it, Mary. That's so funny. How have you been, Mary?
I've been fine. Got involved with other things than knitting and laziness. And so I am trying to start back doing a few idiot stuff that you have to think about. So that you don't have to think about. So anyhow.
So I'm working on a second pair of socks now using this multicolored yarn I got in Switzerland, self-striping. And I am redoing the heel for the 3rd or 4th time because I'm trying to do a short row heel just to see if I like that style of heel. And the book I was using for instructions had one set of instructions that were very confusing and I couldn't follow them and I made a mess. And then they had another set of instructions. I followed it and it had an error in it. I couldn't figure out what it was supposed to say. There you are, Mary. You've been.
Yes, I found it.
Yay.
Hi,
Hi.
Mary.
Somebody told me yesterday, oh, I was having trouble with financial organizations and I couldn't get into my portal, patient portal at the hospital. And then somebody said, but you know, I admire you. Most people your age won't even try this. And I thought, that's a backhanded compliment.
That's funny. Mary, I work with IT. And
Right.
I think people misjudge age in computers as aptitude.
Mm.
The longer I do it, the more I realize it has absolutely nothing to do with it at all. Zero.
Nothing to do with it.
I've had 90-year-old men better than 30-year-old women on, in aptitude with what they need to do on the computer.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm 2 years from 90, so anyhow.
It's all exposure. It's all exposure. 100%. It's what were you exposed to? That's all it is.
My
So,
mother
yeah,
used to
it's not
be
a
the,
backhand compliment.
yeah, my mother used to be the computer guru. That was scary as all get out. Because here she is like 80 something. And, she'd then be calling my husband going, what? What do I have to do now? And then we tried telling her what to do. And she just like jumped like 7 steps ahead and going, don't do that.
That is so funny.
I couldn't talk to her then. It was like, no, George, get over here.
My mother, God rest her soul, she could fly a plane, like a 2-seater plane. She had her pilot's license. And I grew up on a fishing boat. She could captain a boat.
Oh, wow.
She had her, her captain's license. She was an adjunct professor at Yale.
Ooh.
The only thing she could do on the computer is play cribbage.
Wow.
Yes. It has nothing to do with your smarts,
I
right?
can't even play cribbage in real life.
Yeah. But you're really good on the computer.
I never learned to count to 15.
I see a couple more have joined us. Hi, Joellen.
Hey, how are
So nice
you?
to see you again.
Hi. Same here.
And hi, Denise.
Hi, friends. How are you? How's everyone?
So
Welcome from halfway around the globe.
Yeah. It's cold here and wet.
Is
Yeah.
it?
That's our suburb, though. Ballarat's the coldest place in Victoria, so. we
How
expect
cold
it.
is it?
Well, at the moment, I think it's 4 degrees. Which I don't know.
A little chillier than Sumner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was 6 degrees this morning,
Wow.
Wow.
Celsius.
That's nice.
Oh,
Celsius.
okay.
So I was 43 degrees, 42 degrees. It was cold. It was cold.
We dropped down to 30 degrees Celsius, so I had to put on a layer.
That's like 89 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah.
You must be blue in the lips.
Must be.
Oh,
Oh, God. look
Yes.
my hands. I've been
Wasn't
dying.
last week 100? Was
Yeah,
it? Went over 100 last week?
yeah, and
Yep.
the week before that,
Yes.
117 because
Oh,
I don't
oh,
know.
I hate the heat. Ugh.
Me too. I have no earthly idea why I still live here.
Oh, yeah. And you live in a hot environment.
Yeah. Yes, but I'll retire at the coast.
Isn't it one of the hottest places on the planet?
I mean, these days that's everywhere.
Point taken.
But yeah, it's among the hottest densely populated places. Yeah. We're a city of 500,000 people who are all just decided to get together and pretend that this is normal and acceptable.
When you retire, go to Alaska.
Maybe I do like salmon.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Head out to the Central Coast, move in with my parents.
So who wants to show us what they're working on?
Judith.
So,
Judith
got-
Glass. Judith, you have to show us that, what you showed us last week. That was awesome.
Oh, it's an, okay, I'll go and bring it. But
Yes, we didn't get to
then-
see it long enough.
No,
and now I have some leftover yarn. So I did a fingerless knit.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
pretty.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Traveling.
I don't, yeah,
That-
travel.
Yeah,
It's not a
that-
cable, right?
with the cable in it.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
twisted stitch and who's there? Barbara Walker, third treasury knitting book.
Mm.
And then I did another one for the same hand. I walked
That's
it and then,
amazing.
something's wrong.
Fabulous.
It happened.
Yep.
I made about 3 pairs of little fingerlets as well. And the first set got in the wash and dryer, and so they were handed down to the smallest child.
Oh,
And then
Well-
there's a pair that's one big hand, one little hand that's going along around the house. So they have a life of their own.
well,
That's fabulous.
And what are you working on now, Joellen?
I am working on my à la purple. I don't know if I've got a good setup. I'm sorry I was late today. I just ran behind.
It
Oh,
read better when you were holding it against your chest.
Yeah.
Here?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah.
The thing that I might have started since you and I spoke, Frank, was that I've changed from stockinette here to a little more of a design down here. to
Oh,
give it a
yeah.
different
Yep.
Texture. I don't know if you
I
can see
love
that.
Well, yeah, we
A
see,
little bit, yeah,
yes, we
yeah.
can. Is it what,
yes, now,
knit
now,
purl or slip stitch or something like that?
It is a set of 4 rows and 4 stitches, which the first and the third row, there's a change of an additional purl at 2 different locations. So
Ah.
as Kathy kind of pointed out, it's a semi zigzag in the end
Oh,
of those pearls
you-
going
Can you
down.
rotate it and hold the hem up towards your, like, flip
Yes.
it upside down?
You're so clever, Ron.
I do try. Trust me, I know. I never shut up about it.
Oh, I
Very
Oh,
love
yeah, you
that.
can see
oh,
it.
that's
Yeah.
really nice.
You've seen
Yeah.
it all.
Very pretty.
It really, really brings out the way that the visual texture in the yarn along with the actual texture in that stitch. That's really beautiful.
Well, thank you. It's
Very
been
nice.
a total surprise. So but I do like it. I enjoy it.
Sometimes those wild hairs you get as you're working.
It does. It does. I wish it would really, sometimes it wouldn't redirect my mind. I'll be so set on things and then I go,
You can't fight the creative impulse.
yeah, okay.
Well,
I
What
didn't
about
get to
you,
hear about,
Denise? What are you working on?
Well, I'm up to my sleeves, and I've got to get. Can you grab the green thing at the back? So they're the sleeves for my little grandson,
Oh,
oh, how
But-
cute.
my husband's. But this is I'll just show the cardigan for him.
how cute.
Oh,
So it's got the cable.
I love the color.
Yeah,
oh,
it's got
yeah.
the cable
Oh,
down
and it's
there.
got
Yeah.
cable. Yes. The
Yeah,
very,
Very pretty.
Ah,
that's what
that's
I'm working
really
on.
nice. Excellent.
And
One of
then
my favorite colors, see?
I meant to ask you, Franco, because I want to make him a matching top out of Phrancko.
Okay.
Can you get it for that size?
Oh, yeah.
Size 3.
You can get any size.
Good.
Well, I should say
Excellent.
any reasonable size.
Size, yeah. Well, and it'd be good because he's a big boy. He's tall for his age and big build. So I
Uh-huh.
thought if I could make the Phrancko for him, it would fit him better than the other ones where they don't fit perfectly.
I see. Well,
Yeah,
I
okay.
hope that works for you. That'd be great.
I will let you know.
I think that's Frank's claim to fame is how well it does.
It fits, yes.
It is astonishingly wonderful.
I'm so thrilled that that's the reputation it's getting. It isn't always that way, but anyway,
Checks in the mail.
for the most people, thank you. Yes, you will receive it soon.
Well,
I
my
think-
grandson's mum, she's going to join one day too.
Oh,
I told
Oh,
her all about Phrancko and she's like, oh, Mum, I want to as well. And I said, well,
Oh,
come and join
absolutely.
then.
Everybody should invite all of your friends and relatives and neighbors.
Yes, the more the better.
That's right.
yeah. The people who wander into my shop to look for yarn for an Afghan, and next thing you know, I've chatted their ears off about top-down sweaters.
That's fun.
And
I
Tim
got
will
the
do it
barber
too.
cord.
Oh, yeah, report.
Yeah, and I actually liked it.
What's that?
I got barber cord.
Oh,
Oh,
So
you
I
got it.
on my Phrancko, and I loved it. And this actually fits completely well now. It's like it's yeah, this is the second go around, guys.
Yes.
But it fits perfectly.
what was wrong the first time? I forgot. Did you put in the
When
wrong?
I put in the
gauge?
gauge, I
Oh,
I
you put
somehow
in-
put a 5 instead of
You
a
put
4,
5 inches instead of 4. I remember now.
and it was a little snug.
Yeah. So you
Look how
ripped
much
the
you've
whole
made
thing
since
out.
last week.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you've done so much.
He's always just wowing us that way.
I know.
Yeah,
Some-
yeah, I did this week.
And I did this week.
I don't even think I got the laundry done this week.
I am telling you, Joe Allen, if we were closer, we'd be getting into trouble.
Yes, sir. I do like it. It's exciting part of my life.
Yeah.
I didn't get to hear about Sweden. I wanted can I catch up at all? there?
Switzerland. You mean Switzerland? My trip?
It starts with an S, yes.
Yes, I'm actually, I may have said Sweden because I get them backwards too. But they're not the same country and they're not even close to each other.
Ah, okay.
But I went to Switzerland, had a wonderful visit. It was a scientifically oriented trip. And we had lectures, 4 lectures on particle physics.
Oh, wow.
And we attended a research facility in, oh my goodness, outside of Zurich. And then we went to the Hadron Collider, which is the world's largest atom smasher. That's the best way I can describe it.
Wow.
And
Wow.
that is outside of Geneva. And on the way from Zurich to Geneva, we also stopped in Bern, Switzerland, where Albert Einstein lived for a while. And he was living there in 1905 when he published 4 hugely important physics papers in 1 year, any
Wow.
one of which would have won him the Nobel Prize. They were 4 amazing accomplishments in actually different fields of physics. So that's what I learned about Albert Einstein. He published 4 important papers all in 1 year when he was 26 years old.
That's
That
amazing.
is set his
Wow.
reputation for the rest of his life.
I am grateful he invented paper towels.
Is that a joke?
No, that's absolutely 100%
I would
true.
imagine not, yeah.
Albert Einstein invented paper towels.
Really?
Wow.
Well, I think the guy that followed him around to make sure he had his socks on and stuff might have been part of that.
Yes.
You know, when you're a genius, you're just a genius, and that's the
Tell
way
me
it
about
is.
it.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Yeah.
At least
Well,
I'm claiming that's why I'm so absent-minded.
No, I
That's
never
gonna be
know.
my claim now.
I don't know if
think it's
anybody
because he
noticed,
thought
but
of too many important things.
I'm sorry.
I think he thought of too many important things to think of things like socks and shoes and
Yes,
That's
exactly.
right.
yeah. Didn't have room.
Right, just didn't have the time, my goodness. I suppose you weren't able to take any photos of all these very scientific and high intelligence level places.
Can
We could take photos of the outsides of buildings.
We're here.
We actually couldn't see anything that was operational because it's all radioactive.
Very deadly.
Yeah.
Woo.
But they did take us 300 meters underground so that we were alongside the Hadron Collider. And we saw a door that was red and covered with warning signs that said alarms would go off if you open this door and you'll probably die.
Ah,
So we didn't open that door.
No.
Good for you. Good for
But
you.
then they had a little experiment for us to do because the Hadron Collider has it operates in a very strong magnetic field. And so they held up a chain of paper clips that were just chained together. And when you held it up, it didn't go straight down. It went into a curve.
Wow.
The
Wow.
magnetism.
Wow.
Any fillings? Have any issues of any sort?
They actually had to tell people with pacemakers not to go down there because it might.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably stayed up where the coffee pot was. I'm not real sure.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I'm so glad you get to have such an experience.
It was really amazing. It was a really great tour. And the teacher was a professor from Cornell University, and his first lecture was Introduction to the Particles of Particle Physics. And another lecture was on what I would call atom smashing, these large colliders that ram particles together to explore what happens when you do that. They create other particles and they study the other particles.
Make a new universe while you're down there.
That's right.
Yeah, wow, that would be hard to absorb. Probably
it was
just
a little
the
tough.
information you gave.
It was over my head a lot, but I enjoyed the ambiance.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
last week Phrancko also shared a photo he took of a yarn shop. That's why I was laughing when he started to explain,
Yes.
because I remember Ron's comment.
What
No.
was Ron's comment?
What was it?
And we all sit very politely and listen about subatomic particles, and then you show yarn in a department store. Wow!
Yeah.
Yes.
Spurred
Yeah,
everybody's
true.
imagination.
Everybody's going, oh yeah, particles, yeah, colliders.
I
World's
love
largest
nuance.
collider.
Forget
Oh, look at the yarn. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I have particles in my yarn and it's your fault.
Judith, is that the jumper behind you?
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer. Jennifer
Wow.
Neal,
Wow.
the beside.
Look at that. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Volgmiddag.
Wait. I didn't get it spotlighted. I need warning. Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, Judith.
Found
Volgmiddag.
hold it real still a minute so it can focus. Ah, yes.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Now,
With
how
deep
did you do that?
pockets.
Wow.
It's a a Jennifer Beal pattern.
Okay,
So you knit in the round the arm, the sleeve, and the front. So it's an L shape. It's tough to. So you knit this and then whoop this way,
uh-huh,
Oh,
and then you turn. You make a stick here. Well, a band so you can stick.
it almost looks like a tribal design.
Oh.
Do you know?
Ferme la bouche.
Wow.
Mayan design
Beautiful.
or something.
Mhm.
It's very, yeah.
Can you
And
show
I
us
think
the, can you show us the inside so we see what the
No,
back, we want to see?
okay. On live TV.
Yeah,
Right.
we want to look under the covers.
You want to see
Okay.
what thinking is,
Not a
right?
close-up, huh?
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
That looks
Oh,
great.
Oh, wow.
You
Beautiful.
could wear that inside out.
Yeah, you could.
look at that.
Absolutely.
That's
And-
amazing.
So it was fun to do, but tough to manipulate that knitting around in an L shape with the needles.
Oh,
Mhm.
So it was okay.
Challenging.
It was challenging, yes.
Yes.
For me.
Worked out beautifully.
Yes, it's beautiful.
And it's a very how do you say yarn, well, it's Briggs and Little, maybe Ron, who knows a lot about yarn. It's a, how do you say, a rough, not rough yarn, there's another word.
A woolen spun?
Woolly.
No, it's scratchy, it's a scratchy yarn.
No.
Yeah.
Then rough,
Uh,
right?
Sorry.
I said, yeah, then rough will do.
Yeah. And because the sleeves were longer than I wanted them, I tried to wash it. It made no difference. I decided to dry it in a dryer. It made no difference. No,
wow.
it's, yeah, I learned today that it's Suffolk breed. Am I saying it right? And it doesn't felt. It doesn't change a thing if you wash it. So
wow.
Huh. And Judith, that was all wool?
all wool. Yes,
Wow.
100% wool. Yes.
Huh. Interesting.
Ah,
Eh?
What?
oh, sorry. Hi, everyone. I missed a decrease back here. You know what I'm gonna do?
Where?
Cheat.
How far ago?
I'm just gonna double decrease right here, and no one will ever know.
It's just between the.
Et voila. I'm
Just
doing
a
the
small
sleeve
group.
shaping. And at some point I missed the second decrease. And so there was a lonely decrease on one side of the seam. And no, it doesn't. See, I guess I can show my progress since I'm doing my least favorite part, AKA the sleeves. Here we are.
Oh,
That looks
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Hey.
Very nice.
I love that.
Judith, would you like to see the inside?
Hmm.
Yes, you must show us the inside.
Yes.
I think we know each other enough, so you can
You
share
can look at
that.
the inside of my string.
Yes.
Oh,
Nobody
that's
will,
neat.
no one will
That's
see
neat.
this but us.
Yeah,
Hey, that looks kind of neat, actually.
yeah.
It is.
It does.
Yeah,
Even more of a code than what it is.
Wow.
nothing to be ashamed of.
And once again, I decided to do the fully fashioned decreases
Right.
Oh, yes.
just to
yes, yes, yes.
see how they looked without a fake seam there.
Yeah.
I like that. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty subtle.
Very,
Yes.
Yeah, but
this yarn, they're invisible. I'm
Yeah.
doing
Mm.
the same yarn, I think, and my decreases, you can't even see them.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Rather than leaving a very distinctive stripe up the middle, the way blended decreases do, not very distinctive, but distinctive.
Yeah.
It's more invisible, the stripe in the middle.
Yes.
But I just wanted to see it, and I'm giving it to my dad, and he won't complain that it's fully fashioned instead of blended
Mm.
decreases. That's folded on the side. This is the knit two together side, I think. And this is the SSK side.
I'm leaning forward to try to get a really good view of it. It's really hard to see.
It's hard to see.
Yeah.
So luckily I only have like the sleeve decreases are very fast because it goes from high ease on the bicep to just a normal 2 inches of ease on the wrist. So the decreases are very steep. So it speeds up towards the end. But
Uh-huh.
now that all of the stripes and the stranded color work are done, it's boring.
Just plain
So
knitting.
you did all that without decreases, right? You did just a straight arm at the top.
The decreases start in this band.
I see.
And it worked out that way, the way Phrancko.com calculated the straight upper sleeve. I didn't have to make it go longer or.
Oh, nice.
I did some recalculations on the decrease rate on the sleeve because I decided post hoc that I wanted the wrist to not have 4 inches of ease in it. I only wanted 2 inches of ease at the wrist.
I see.
Based on, like, I wanted to be able to work in it and move, but I want the wrist to stay put more or less.
Ah,
So
which makes the decreasing even more drastic when you start doing
you
it.
can see it's very drastic decreases,
Hmm.
Wait.
like every fourth round or something.
No.
But I'm pleased to be near the end of it. But I'm dreading what my brain comes up with to do next because I've gotten like 6 ideas for sweaters in the meantime.
Mm.
It's a
I
hard
know.
one.
No.
That's why you don't remember how this past week was.
Yeah,
Remember
During-
genius.
right. That's why I only wear the same V-neck, so I don't have to think about what to wear. And I only wear flip-flops, so I didn't even have to remember my socks. If I did remember my
Oh.
socks, it'd be dreadful.
Walter, what are you working on?
I'm picking up stitches right now.
Oh,
Picking up stitches.
No, I just dropped a few, that's all.
Oh,
I'll show you in a second. There we go.
okay.
Um,
Be warning and I'll.
I'm
Are you
still
ready?
working on my friend's sweater, but I got the sleeve started, so here we are.
Oh, great.
Wow.
Wow.
Can you hold
I
it
love the
back
color.
towards your body a little bit?
Well, yeah.
Sure. How's that?
Is it a burgundy?
No,
Yeah.
this is brown.
Brown.
Oh.
okay.
It does look burgundy, huh?
Yeah, it
does.
does.
There's a
Yeah.
little
See
reddish,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. This
Really
is
pretty.
This is a Ann Bud's
Oh,
yeah, she's a top down thing with whatever you call the thing.
Raglan sleeves.
Yeah. No, these weren't Raglan. This was another one. It's what do you call it? It's not set in sleeve. It's
A drop.
yeah, it's like a drop sleeve. You just when you started it, you did decreases every, I don't know, 7, 8 rounds and the whole round. Oh, look at me, I'm a mess. Damn, I didn't see that.
Thought it had to do with your driving
Anyway.
class.
You look great, Walter. Don't worry.
Thank you. I do have to get up I gotta get up and get something, because I think Ron would appreciate it.
All right, let me clarify. Ann Budd had 2 books, and one of them was sweaters knitted from the top. Is that the
Top
one you're
down.
using?
That's the book I have. Yes.
Okay,
Let me go and get this other stuff, though.
okay. And in the meantime, let's ask Sidra what she's working on.
I'm attempting to do some double knitting cowl. So I'm just casting on right now. That's all I'm doing. So nothing.
Okay. We're at.
I want to start making a sweater, but I'm leaving in like 3 weeks. Would it be done? Do I want to be, work on a sweater for 3 weeks, be gone for 3 weeks, and then come back and finish it? Or wait till I come back? I'll wait till I come back. So.
Well, another way to think about it is I don't know how long it takes you, but 3 weeks would be enough for me to get down to the body of the sweater. So then it would be mindless knitting without any shaping.
Except it's going to be mosaic at the bottom.
Oh, not mindless. Oh, okay. See the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, Ron, you're my man.
Well, I am.
Yes, because you're a crocheter.
I am.
And I've been doing this for 4 years. And there's motifs, and now I'm putting them together. And, I've had a lot of difficulty do that.
Really?
Figure out that putting together was the difficult part, which I liked.
Hold it up again. Hold it up again.
Okay.
Hold it real still. Oh,
Yeah.
I made 230 motifs, and now I'm putting them together.
Wow.
is it going to be a blanket or
No, this is going on
table
in
cloth?
front of a woman's window.
Oh,
So what I got to put them all together. What I decided to do is crochet them straight across straight, but then I have to put angles at the end because she has a 45-degree angle in the window.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So it has cost me. I never opened my mouth and said, yes, I would do this.
right. My mother would crochet, and she, with the granny square, I think it was, she would
Right.
make that third side and then connect, and you never
Right.
had to.
Yeah,
know what
you
I'm
never
talking
had,
about, Ron?
right.
Doing them
I
modularly.
know, yep, Joanne, I know how to do that too. I mean, I went
Oh, okay.
online looking for a connection that I liked, and it was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to crochet them together, and I didn't want to sew them together. I wanted to crochet them, but to make the design look nice,
Yeah.
and now I finally found one, so.
You know what I like to join things with is the Russian graft,
Okay,
which involves picking up loops on each side of something on a knitted or crocheted edge, and then you draw them into one another in a crocheted
right,
chain. And it's used to, it's called the Russian graft because it's traditionally used on Russian lace to
okay.
attach borders. I've started using it to make folded hems.
Oh,
Can I show you the inside of my baby sweater?
that's the reason I don't get things done, because I'm crocheting this and I'm knitting that. And
Yep.
I'm like,
See,
God.
look at this folded hem.
Oh, look
Oui,
at that.
oui,
Oh,
oui.
that's nice.
I've used what's
Oh.
called the Russian graft, not to be
Oh.
confused with the Russian join that lets you put two threads together.
Hmm.
But when the hem stitches are live, and then you can pick up the stitch, you can see that it is like disappeared into the fold there.
Hmm.
Oh,
You get those stitches back on another needle, and you just take turns pulling one from this side through, one from this side, and then you pull one from this side through to this side,
oh.
up and down, and it makes a very stretchy,
Pretty.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at that.
That's great.
That's nice.
and it's pretty.
Mais oui.
Pretty.
Oui, oui.
A really decorative, and
Mm.
you can attach motifs together that way. And I've been
Wow.
thinking about that since you mentioned it.
Is
because
there a book that teaches that technique? Principles of knitting or anything? Did you learn it from a book?
I must have learned it from somewhere.
Yes,
But
Maybe it was
do
a
you-
lace, maybe it might have been on a lace pattern.
I see.
And then I thought, well, you could stick two pieces of anything together with that.
Hmm.
Wow.
My problem is I learn everything retroactively. So as soon as I get new information, I've always known it.
I see.
It's hard for me to remember. Yeah, I must have just been looking at a Russian lace pattern or some kind of lace pattern that used it. But I came up with the thought of using it to fold a hem on my own. Because when you attach things with it, like if you were to attach motifs with it,
Yeah.
it makes a lovely sort of open work, sort of fretted looking seam.
Oh, all right.
Very, very pretty.
Hmm. Yeah, pretty we like.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah,
we like?
It just,
Especially a lacy curtain.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And you do that Russian grafting with a crochet hook or a needle, a knitting
Crochet hook.
needle?
crochet hook, you're literally pulling one stitch, like a live stitch from each side if you're knitting. So if you're going to
Mhm.
graft together two sides,
Right?
you literally pick up a live stitch from here and a live stitch from here and hook them through one another all the way up like a zipper.
Wow.
Or even the Kitchener two needles together
Yeah,
situation. Mhm.
yeah. In fact, I have a machine knit tubular scarf that I did the Russian graft to close the top of because I wanted it to be expedient. It's around this building somewhere. Maybe I'll show it next week rather than trying to dig it up.
In a pile of stuff that we all have.
Yeah, I own a yarn shop, so there's no telling like things I've made that have just served their purpose and then floated away. But that's the sort of thing I like. I like finding techniques and then where else can I stick this?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Maybe you should do a video teaching that technique. That sounds like,
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think, I really couldn't follow the description in the air. So
Sure. Yeah. It's
show us
much-
how to do it. That's a valuable technique.
Yeah, and just the way it makes this folded hem look, and
Mhm.
it's stretchy, but it still has structure.
Yeah. That's
and
awesome.
it looks very attractive from the inside. It looks
Right.
like a sewn
A
hem
nice
Yeah.
finish.
from the inside or from the
Yeah, I've done
outside.
folded hems knitting and they're not stretchy at all.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
They're very firm.
love it.
That's a nice,
But I've had the hardest time lately getting a parent to clean out the chairs from my recording studio. COVID happened and our videos, we weren't making videos at the time. And so that became the storage room for chairs.
Ah,
Oh,
Ah,
party room.
Yeah. Party room.
I did want to quickly throw out there, Frank, I thought about you a lot this last week. I reactivated Ancestry.com because I'm receiving a couple of notes from different people saying, hey, I think we're distant cousins. And so you go digging around and you wind up being quite friendly and chatty with each other. And so in doing so, I seem to follow at the end, oh, by the way, do you knit? So if I find someone, I'm going to get them on Zoom with us all.
Yeah,
absolutely. You just start chatting with random people around the world and then ask them if they knit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm just curious.
Yeah, let me tell you about this sweater pattern I've been using.
Yes.
We can have a side face-to-face introduction on Frank's Zoom meeting.
fun.
The tour that I went on that I described earlier only had 20 participants, and we traveled in a large bus that probably seated 60 people, so we could spread out. But one day, and of course I'm knitting as we're riding in the bus and people are noticing, and a woman came up to me and said, I knit and I see you're making some socks, and she didn't know how to do magic loop. So I said, well, I'll
Oh.
be happy to show you. So she sat next to me for an hour or so, and I
Oh,
was
nice.
able to teach her how to do magic loop. So
How fun.
it's just really fun to meet people who are interested in knitting and see what you can share.
Yes, yes.
The bus is acceptable, but apparently the US Open is absolutely not an acceptable place to knit.
Oh,
Why
oh,
not?
Have you followed this in the news?
No.
No,
No.
A woman was knitting at the US Open, which I understand. I went to the US Open once because someone gave me tickets and I was bored to tears, but I didn't knit at the time. So I just had to watch the tennis. But yeah, a woman was knitting in the stands at the US Open and a camera caught her. And then it became the subject of think pieces
Oh.
about whether or not this was inappropriate of her, whether she
come on.
doesn't appreciate the glory of tennis properly.
Oh, but good Lord.
well,
Yeah.
you can see, you can look at it while you're knitting.
Yeah, well, you know that, and I know
Yeah.
that. But think pieces all over the internet have things to say
Yeah.
about it.
You know how they spotted her, right?
Hmm.
You know how they spotted her.
How?
'Cause everybody would look this way and she'd
Oh,
be
is her head stayed
that one, she'd be
splinter?
that.
Yeah. That's exactly right. You have to be a very fast knitter to keep your rows up like that. Funny. But I was like, this is a very funny media reaction to this, because it was like 30 minutes ago when the media was completely agog for conventionally attractive male knitter Tom Daly knitting at the
yes.
actual
Yes.
Olympic. But this woman knitting at the
Well-
US Open became a thing.
Well, we'll have to support her.
Yeah.
We will.
So just give your run a little search of woman knits at the US Open. How dare she? And you'll get the scoop on.
Yeah.
My daughter's gone to professional football and baseball games and she sits there and crochets.
Yeah,
She's bored.
that's
I go
right.
to things I fully intend to pay actual attention to with my knitting. I need
Yeah.
a kinesthetic thing, and I can knit stockinette without looking at it.
Right.
My knitting goes everywhere with me.
And then,
Mhm.
San Francisco Giants do their knit night,
Yeah.
you know?
I was at a meeting at work and I was knitting at the meeting. And they got so upset because I wasn't paying attention. And I said, wait 1 minute. Why don't you quiz me?
Exactly.
And then you can quiz somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, who won? I'm gonna knit. Thank you.
The main reason I like knitting in public is because I can look at people up from my knitting like this.
Yeah. I just look at them that way anyway.
There's something very satisfying. Like if no other reason to knit, being able to do that to people is
Well, you get the question of why are you doing that? Why are you?
Yeah, I've had that question.
Because
One
I
of
have
the
an
best
anger, I have an anger issue, and I was told I better knit to calm down.
yeah, one of the best public knitting experiences I've ever had. I was at LAX, I think. I was at an airport. And I was sitting like at my gate, had my knitting out, knitting. And I noticed a man across from me is trying to surreptitiously take my photograph. I know you're not texting, you're aiming your camera.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking right up at it, like, and then his shutter sound went off.
Oh,
He didn't have his phone muted. So I went, and he's definitely got a photo of me on his phone going, he just like, apropos of nothing, nothing's going on, just packs up all his things,
La, 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 la.
puts a banana back in his bag and goes to sit somewhere else.
I just don't understand how that would be so odd to anyone. It just seems like such a natural, easy thing to do.
Well,
I was at a doctor's
that's
office.
why I know that.
At a doctor's office, this woman was falling out, just shocked that I knew how to knit. And she's sitting there with her husband.
Yeah.
And her husband just goes, "Would you shut up and leave him alone?"
Right,
I was like, "It's okay. Don't worry. Thank you."
yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Welcome
I'm
to the
waiting
zoo.
like everybody else.
We've been there, done that. And doctor's offices is a great place to knit because you have to wait so damn long.
Yeah,
Right. Like, God forbid you made an appointment, you're there for 45 minutes.
Exactly.
You know,
I
The first
love to knit in airports while I'm waiting for the plane, and
yeah.
almost every time, eventually some woman will come over to me and start up a conversation. She knits, she wants to know what I'm knitting, how long have I been knitting, and then asks all these questions, and then I find out about her. Once it was a woman who is a dyer of yarn, and
Wow.
I learned about her yarn and her dyeing business, and we traded cards. And often when I get on the plane, I sit and knit while I'm waiting for the plane to take off. And often the flight steward will come over, either male or female flight steward, and ask me what I'm making, or even people boarding the plane after and walking by will stop and ask me.
Yeah,
It's very eye-catching to people, I guess, especially to see a man knitting for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
They still haven't gotten used to the fact that there's nothing about it that says it's for women only.
exactly. Well, like the guy from Brooklyn knits, he knits on the subway in New York.
That's right.
And became famous for it for some reason. I won't lie and say I don't resent him for that. Why are you famous? You were just knitting on the subway. Go
Yeah.
on.
That's right.
That's not a talent.
The craft.
Why is this newsworthy, Brooklyn boy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I am of cranky disposition about these things. I like talking to people about my knitting in public when they see me, but I do not like when I get the "good for you,"
Yeah.
mostly older women. Like, it's not like I was just potty trained. Why are you good?
Ron, that's fabulous.
Good for you. Okay. Thank you.
Sounds like that, yes.
Or the question is, oh, I used to do that. I wish I could do it again, and I just say, well, sit down and I'll show you.
Yeah.
A lot of female mechanics, I think, get
Yes.
that same situation.
Yes.
I tell people, if you ever want to know what a woman goes through at the mechanic,
Mhm.
be a man working in a yarn store.
Wait.
Like,
Same thing.
people come in and see us for the first time. There's a large contingent of people who assume that we are here because, like, your mom owns the shop and you're helping. I need someone who can help me.
Wow.
Yeah, no, literally, like,
Too much stereotyping.
Tim will be sitting knitting at the front, and is there someone here who can knit? I don't know. Not what this is.
Yeah, but she just left. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Well, it looks like it's that time again, folks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lord.
Oh,
It's been a delightful hour to spend with you, as always.
So much fun.
yeah.
I
See you guys.
can't wait to see Sumner's second sweater next week.
Yes. Well, have a great week. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.